Welcome back, everybody, to your weekly Wallace update. Today is Friday, September 25th. Hot topic this week. Earlier in the week, we did send out a letter to parents indicating that we are going to have a daily schedule change taking effect in a few weeks. So we will be changing our daily dismissal time from 2:30 to 1:30. Okay, we intentionally chose our time frame, so October 13th that will go into effect. That is the start of second quarter. And we wanted to allow our parents at least 3 weeks to be able to plan accordingly and make arrangements for those kiddos for being picked up after school and childcare arrangements, etc. So with this change, the biggest impact is going to come on scheduling during the school day with our 5th through 8th grade students in junior high. So currently those students follow a period schedule for their classes. They will continue to follow the period schedule. However, the class periods will be shortened by about 7 minutes for each class to accommodate the change in dismissal time. At the younger grade levels, kindergarten through 4th grade, there won't be as big of an impact. However, we have rearranged some of the special schedules, but we're happy to share that students are still going to get all of their class periods. They're going to get their specials in. And also, we will have our regular lunch periods during the school day. We're excited that we're going to be able to continue to serve hot, nutritious, healthy meals for our kids each day. So those are some of the big impacts that's going to have on the school day. So the reasons behind the change. So obviously in the letter we do explain the reasoning and justification for that need for the change. But really there's two big things. The first of which is basically the daily challenges that we have learned and experienced this school year when it comes to things like social distancing and mask wearing, and the challenge of student engagement throughout the day when we are having to adhere to those new guidelines. It has proved extremely challenging, and it's very tough, not only for our teachers, but more importantly, it's tough for our students. With the upcoming season change as we enter into fall and then into winter, we have a lot of concern regarding the fact that we are not going to be able to get outside to take mask breaks, which are those opportunities that students get to go outside, remove their masks, and really just be able to enjoy the freedom of some personal space that is challenging when you're inside the classroom and inside the school building. So when we are not able to do outside mask breaks, outside recesses, outside PE classes because of the change in the weather, there's definitely some concern just regarding, the overall well-being of our students being in that environment for a longer period of time. The next reasoning behind the change is we have learned this year that it is extremely challenging for teachers to be able to serve and support two formats of learners at the same time. So our teachers are serving not only in-person traditional students that we see every single school year, but they're also serving remote students. It's a fantastic and wonderful thing that we continue to provide both of those avenues and both of those formats for our students, parents, and community's sake. However, we have learned that it is extremely challenging, and we are noticing that we do need to create more opportunities for our teachers to be able to better plan and prepare to support both of those formats. So again, the two main reasons behind the change, we do understand the impact that this is going to have on our parents and families. However, we do appreciate that our community continues to be supportive and flexible. So also some concern, and I've heard from some parents regarding how can we just shorten the school day? Well, earlier this year, the Illinois State Board of Education released what are called the Priority Learning Standards. With the Priority Learning Standards, they have identified the most critical skills and competencies that our students need to focus on this school year. Essentially, cutting out any of the fluff that there might be in a typical instructional school day and really fine-tune hitting that critical, essential content. So if we talk about needing to shorten the school day, we are shortening it. However, we are ensuring that we're focusing on the absolute most important elements of our instruction. So for some parents that may have concern in that regard, that is a short and sweet version of the explanation in that. Additionally, there is a 5-hour, 300-minute requirement to a school day. As you know, 8:30 to 1:30 just hits the mark of the 5-hour requirement. However, that scheduled lunch and recess time does not count towards the instructional time. The caveat to that is the time that students utilize at home on daily homework, reading assignments, math assignments, traditional things that they do at home does count towards that time. So, if we take our instructional day here, combine it with that time that students will be doing those homework activities and things that they do traditionally do at home, that puts us right at the mark for our 5-hour requirement. So, with that, we do not have to require that all of our students do mandatory e-learning in addition to the in-person day. So, parents, rest assured you will not have to do remote learning if your child is in person. Okay? And I know there's been a lot of questions about that. So that kind of wraps up the discussion regarding the shift to a 1:30 dismissal. Again, we're going to continually assess our situation, how things are going at the school. We'll continue to make changes if need be. We don't anticipate going back and forth and changing dismissal times. However, for the time being, this is kind of where we're at. And as we move forward, hopefully as we transition into second semester after winter break, hopefully some things start to transition back to normal and some of our guidelines and restrictions lessen and we can start transitioning back to what a traditional school day looks like. But at this time, it's hard to tell. A couple other things just as reminders, now that we're off that topic, don't forget to get your flu shot and get your kids to get their flu shot. Traditionally, we have a flu shot clinic here at school sponsored by the LaSalle County Health Department. Unfortunately, they are not doing those clinics this year, so it is up to parents to reach out to your pediatrician, your family physician, and see if you can schedule your kiddo to get a flu shot. This year, now than ever, as you know, with our protocols and the guidelines related to COVID, it is now more important than ever that we keep our kids healthy because unfortunately a lot of those flu symptoms are similar to COVID symptoms and obviously that's going to make things tricky. So we want to keep our kids as healthy as we can. So please, please, please get that flu shot. Another reminder, water bottles. Remember to send your kiddo with a refillable water bottle. Our water fountains aren't in use this year. All we have is bottle fillers in each hallway, so your kiddo's going to be thirsty at school. Make sure you send them with a water bottle. And one other reminder to parents that are picking up and dropping off, when you're pulling in the parking lot, please pull all the way forward for pickup and drop off. That just alleviates any traffic backing up behind you and potentially onto the main highway. So please, pull all the way forward. That's all the stuff I got for this week. I know it was a little long-winded there, but we had a lot of stuff to talk about. If you ever need information, check us out at wallacegt.org, on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Ottawa Wallace. And as always, you can call the school office if you have any questions. Thanks a lot, everybody, and have a great week.